Les saluda Javier Galván. It's going to be happening June 15th here at St. Leonard's Catholic Church in San Antonio, Texas. Father's Day, 5 o'clock in the evening to 8 o'clock. We're going to have a dinner concert with Javier Galván, the band. Raulito's going to be here, Raulito Navaira. We're going to be celebrating Father's Day. We're also going to be raising money for Team Alexi Rodriguez, who is fighting a battle with leukemia, but we have the victory in Jesus Christ. We're also going to be celebrating all the fathers that are in uniform, all the veterans in uniform, all of our soldiers. Come out and join us. That we're going to have a VIP section. We're going to have great food, great entertainment, raffles, silent auctions, door prizes, all kinds of goodies. God bless you. We expect you here June 15th, 5 to 8 o'clock. We're going to have a blast. God bless you. Nos vemos. Happy Father's Day. Go Spurs, go.
Welcome back to Mi Casa, Su Casa. Debbie Joe is our special guest, our very first guest on this venture that we're doing on the web. And what really touched me is that we've been friends for so long, and you're telling me about this Crohn's disease, and I looked it up on the web, trying to find more information out about it. Didn't realize, it's hard to tell whether you have it or don't have it, and
right.
And is there a cure? So we're going to find out. We're going to find that out right now.
Actually, Bobby, Crohn's disease is more prevalent than I even thought. About 700,000 Americans every year are diagnosed with Crohn's disease, and unfortunately, Hispanics are not a large part of that population. I remember over the last couple of years, I would get hoarse a lot, like I am now. As a matter of fact, I am enduring a flare-up at this time, and I'm fortunate that I'm still able to do things, because it does compromise your immune system. It affects anywhere from your throat all the way to your colon. So it's in your intestinal tract. With me, the Crohn's disease is in the small ileum, so it's in the small intestine. Left untreated, it can turn into colon cancer, throat cancer, stomach cancer, because of all that acid that's just building up in those intestines. And so therefore, people that do have Crohn's disease, they may have hoarseness a lot. You may have a lot of swelling. I remember days where I would be fine 1 minute, and then within like 30 minutes, I would just swell up, and I would look like I was maybe 9 months pregnant. So I knew something was definitely wrong, and so I felt either I wasn't eating properly or I hadn't had enough fluids. But it took a very severe pain, it took getting hoarse every day, and it took finally a hospitalization for them to admit me, do a colonoscopy, which is typically how it's diagnosed, for them to see that Crohn's was on my small intestine. And it's like a bunch of adhesions on either your small intestine, your large intestine, or your colon. There are a couple things that tend to aggravate Crohn's and cause a flare-up. Number one, stress. Being a single parent, I guess that I do have that, but I've learned to eliminate the stressors, that the things that I don't need, I just put them out of my life. Another thing is diet and your nutrition. It's so important to be hydrated all the time and eat the right vegetables. There are certain things that they discourage, like nuts and things that are high grain, and so they kind of encourage a gluten-free diet. So I'm still getting a handle on the right things to eat. I've had 3 flare-ups in the last year that required hospitalizations. About 3 weeks ago, I began the onset of a new one. So I was in remission for a couple of months, and it's back. And I just really have to have faith in God to get me through the days, because some of the Crohn's people, we called cronies, fellow cronies. Some of my fellow cronies do share what I share, and that's the arthritic part of it. Where just parts of your body, your arms, your hands, your joints, they hurt. So that's part of the Crohn's disease. So, you know, having this disease and it affect you, affects more than just your eating. You can either lose weight, a lot of weight really fast, or you can gain a lot of weight from the medication like steroids. But it also affects your body, and you get tired very easily. And so it's a life changer. It really changes your life, and it's just how you manage it and how you deal with it. There is a walk here every year. It's called Take Steps for a Cure. I went to the first one last year here, and at Los Patios. And to be honest, I was a little disappointed. I was probably like the only Hispanic there, but the people that were there were supportive. But there wasn't enough awareness. And so this year on October 4th, downtown at the Woodlawn Park. It's going to be this year at October 4th, Woodlawn Park. There will be a team that I am forming right now. And so if you go to Take Steps for a Cure, I'm registered under Debbie Jo, Debbie Jo's Walkers. And also if you go to my Facebook, I post a link on there for the Crohn's Colitis Take Steps for a Cure. Because at this point, there is no cure for Crohn's colitis. And the bad part of it is that there are others that have reached out to me. And at some point, they'll cut out pieces of your intestinal tract as it spreads. And worst case scenario, it can cause you some severe complications. Like they'll have to remove your colon, and you'll be in a colostomy bag. And so, I mean, that's very common, and so I don't look forward to those things that could happen, but I just leave it in God's hands and just take one day at a time and do my part to bring awareness to this disease and take steps to find a cure.
Well, Debbie, man, that's what it's all about. We need education on this.
Absolutely.
We need people to know about it. So no matter how many people tune in to see this, we're hoping that at least one will get it.
Absolutely.
And then we'll find a cure some way, somehow.
Right.
So, I mean, today's technology, we're doing a lot of things, but we need to know more about it. It's just a process of education.
It's awareness, and it's like anything else. I had never heard of this until it happened, until I heard this word. You know, you have this disease, and it's prevalent in your body, and you're like, oh, it explains it all. You know, it explains a lot of things, but there's so many. I know there has to be other people that have it, and it's hereditary.
Wow.
It runs in the family, and I have a couple of far cousins that have it, so
wow.
It runs in the genes. So it's just awareness.
So no matter what Debbie's going through, she's still spunky. She's still out there. She's still doing a lot of good for the community, and you will find out more about her. Follow her on Facebook. And
under Debbie Jo.
Debbie Jo.
Yes.
And I appreciate you being here. This is the first venture of Mi Casa, Su Casa. Like I said, the next time we'll go to your casa.
Nice. Thank you for having me on the show, Bobby.
You got it.